What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news, people, concerning Johnny Nelson, Kell Brooke. Get this. Johnny Nelson speaks to Kell Brooke after the video leak, and this is what he had to say. He's not in a good place. Johnny Nelson, who came up in the same gym as Brooke decades earlier, though, told that his friend was struggling with life outside the ring, and this is what he said, quote, he said, "I spoke to Kell today, actually. He's not in a great place, and that's how he is. I can only speak for boxing, and in the first 5 years of a fighter, retiring is the hardest, because boxing teaches you to do nothing apart from stand on a door or be a coach. Everything you're doing, all year around, away from fight time, you know in the back of your head you've got to prepare for something at some point. You're aiming for something. When that's taken away, there's nothing to aim for." Kell has said, "I think that was more disturbing than anything. I've got nothing to live for. Now I'm not boxing. I'm lost. Most fighters, it's your life, it's your heart. Without boxing, there is no plan B." He's still a young man and still wants to fight. When it's done, you're done. When your timing's gone, when you can't do what you used to do, that's what you've got to accept. You might have a young brain, but your body can't do what it used to. Somehow, for the next 50, 60, 70 years you're alive, you've got to somehow find something that gives you that rush that boxing gave you. People that never, ever boxed will never know the rush I'm talking about. Those are the words of Kell Brooke. And let me counterpunch, man. Like, again, a lot of people made fun of Kell Brooke and stuff like that. And as I told you guys, he's not the only one that went through that. You know, another British fighter, Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton went through Great Depression because he knew exactly what his abilities were, and the idea of defeat, being the hitman, was devastating. You know how many times you relive certain things again and again and again and again and again and again and again, and you don't have another opportunity to make that right. You just ponder on it, you think about it, you obsess over it, and then now it's over. These things they don't stop. It's almost like a weird case of post-traumatic stress disorder. So he's looking for this replacement, and I think he needs to find it somehow. He needs to replace it with joy, love with his family or whatnot, but then they just become additives, So Mike Tyson said it too. It without fighting, without those small goals, you feel worthless. You feel useless. You know what I mean? Most trainers become trainers because they were once fighters, and they needed something. They needed to get that particular dopamine hit. Boom. They needed that, because if they didn't have it, they're lost. Again, I just hope Kell Brooke can come out of this. My suggestion to Kell Brooke, though, honestly, get some 12-step, dry out, go to church, and start training, but then start training for exhibitions. Why not? If Floyd Mayweather can do it and Manny Pacquiao's following that cab, let's go for it, right? Why not? And I think that may give him what he's looking for, because at least he's training for something. It might not be a full-fledged boxing bout, but at least it will be something that he's familiar with, that he can get up for. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Johnny Nelson's comments about Kell Brooke, and Kell Brooke's own comments about himself in boxing or life after boxing. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.